Hi there, welcome to another informative edition of Jamaica Magazine. So glad you could join us. I'm Theodore Henry. Coming up, we'll be learning CPR. Plus, see how geographic information systems help us make better use of spatial data. We'll also explore the labor market and the future of work, so sit back, relax, and open your minds to the information that will flow this next half hour. Have you ever thought about learning a skill that you may use to save someone's life in a medical emergency? This could be a heartwarming experience. Cardiopulmonary resuscitation, which most people know as CPR, is one such skill to consider. Take a look.
Oscar!
Though this is a dramatization, it has happened quite often. In the field, at home, or at work, a loved one collapses and is unresponsive. What follows? Usually chaos, confusion, heartache, instead of immediately providing that critical resuscitation technique which may prevent death.
CPR stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation. It is a skill that is an emergency skill that is used to revive someone whose heart has stopped beating. Cardiac arrest can happen to anyone at any time. In the event that happens, you need to know the skills that you need to perform to revive these persons or give these persons a chance of survival.
We never know when we'll be in a situation where we need to help someone else. It's really just a little bit of your time, and I think it would be a worthwhile investment in learning these skills so we can render assistance.
Even when someone is choking, the techniques learned in CPR may be applied to save that person from asphyxiation. To release the person's airway, position yourself behind them and clasp your fist at the navel and roll in an upward motion. When someone is unresponsive, that's a whole other ballgame. The person may become unresponsive for several reasons. For instance, they could have a medical condition. To really know if someone is unresponsive and in need of CPR,
Tap the person's shoulder and shout, "Sir, sir, sir," or "Ma'am, are you okay?" Once the person is not responding to you, and they can respond in several forms. They can answer by moaning, they can groan, they can open their eyes, they can move a limb. If the person is not responding to you, now you need to scan the chest and look if you see breathing. Once the person is not breathing, they are termed as being unresponsive. So once you have somebody collapsing, the first thing you need to do is check your environment, ensure that your environment is safe for you. Once the environment is safe, now you need to assess the person who has collapsed. Once someone is unresponsive, has no signs of life, call for help and bare the person's chest. So you remove their upper garment. Find your hand position. It's on the lower half, center of the chest, lower half of the breastbone, and you push in 30 times at the Bee Gees song, that's Staying Alive. Ha, 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 staying alive. If you are trained, after 30 compressions, you can give 2 breaths. If you are not trained, you don't know about CPR, you give hands-only CPR. So hands-only CPR is where you compresses the chest. You need to continue that on the way to the hospital, so you're maintaining cells' life.
it's possible for anyone and everyone to learn CPR.
Nannies, construction workers, teachers, lawyers, doctors, everyone should learn CPR. Once you're able-bodied, you can learn CPR.
In terms of age, it's said as young as 12 years old can learn the art to save a life.
So many times, children get in situations that they need assistance. In fact, a cousin of mine, her son got into some distress. She realized that he wasn't breathing one day, and she was able to help him by giving him CPR. So I think that was really important that she had those skills so that she could assist her son, because who knows what would have happened if she wasn't able to give him that immediate assistance.
This course, I've done it before, and I find it very interesting because I work a lot with children, and one time I have to do a CPR on a little boy because there was leave under my care, and mother wasn't around, and he was eating some plum and playing on like plum seed, stabbing his throat, and I just hear him coughing, but it never very severe because he was coughing. So when he was coughing, I hold him up and I, try to do a little, I understand the CPR, tell him to cough, and he cough and cough until it actually come up.
I had a patient once, and while I was there in the bathroom with that person, the person just fell unconscious, and I was there, didn't know exactly what to do, but I was there saying, "Sir, are you okay? Are you okay?" And I didn't know much, what to do, but I decided to put the person on the side, and I was there trying to stop the person, Then I was saying to myself, if I had known CPR well enough, I could perform it.
The Heart Foundation of Jamaica is one of the several local organizations that offer training in CPR.
The Heart Foundation of Jamaica is an authorized training center for the American Heart Association. We offer CPR training for medical and non-medical persons. We have our scheduled in-house training, and organization can call us to schedule classes at their convenience.
Geographic Information Systems, or GIS, is one of the transformative tools being used by government to facilitate national development. The National Spatial Data Management Division of the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation has been using geospatial data in areas such as agriculture, security, transportation, health, and disaster management. Hear more next.
It's all around us. It influences how we work, learn, live, play, and plan for the future. GIS is the short form of Geographic Information System. It's a computer-based system built to capture, store, manipulate, analyze, manage, and display all kinds of spatial or geographical data.
In geography class in high school, persons were taught that in geography, we're able to locate where features are using coordinates. That's the basis of GIS. Knowing where these features are on the Earth's surface and being able to represent that within a computer-based environment where that is seen visually.
So it's a support tool that we use to provide additional extension to any business process.
And with this GIS technology, the government has been mapping Jamaica's course on the information highway. Leading that charge is the Land Information Council of Jamaica, LICJ, a mandate held since 1992.
Jamaica is considered the leading country within the English-speaking Caribbean with regards to GIS. We're able to provide direction, policy development.
In addition to coordinating the implementation of a national land information policy strategy, the LICJ has also been instrumental in developing a national GIS network. And with the foundation set, the Council is now focused on establishing and implementing a National Spatial Data Infrastructure, NSDI. Through that infrastructure, government will be able to capture, manage, maintain, integrate, discover, and distribute spatial data at all levels of society. The LICJ's mandate is executed through its secretariat, the National Spatial Data Management Division, NSDMD.
We provide a lot of technical support to all of these various government agencies that actively use GIS to carry out their mandate. We train these persons. Apart from that, we facilitate conducting GIS needs assessments.
Government is currently the largest user of geospatial and related technologies, and that usage runs throughout government. It's seen in the water sector, transport, disaster management, environment management, national security, education, health, and agriculture. But no other area has seen the proliferation of GIS technology than that of land use and development. At the Urban Development Corporation, GIS is used to streamline operations in various departments, including estate management, business development, architecture, and corporate security.
We are on the road now to our 50th anniversary, and we see GIS as being that enabling tool to provide UDC now with not just the way to make better decisions in development, but also improving UDC's image as a modern entity.
The same is true for the National Land Agency's land titling, land valuation, surveys and mapping, and estate management divisions.
A lot of the business processes that exist within the different divisions have GIS tied into it. So for example, there is no way that somebody can at present acquire a new certificate of title without some work happening on the GIS end.
The National Works Agency also uses GIS in project planning, land acquisition, and location analysis.
Everything that we do has a spatial component to it, and it's hard to deny that GIS is going to play a role in all of that.
Cost savings, greater efficiency, faster decision making, improved communication, and better record keeping are all derived from the use of GIS. And the private sector also has been getting in on the technology. Increasing GIS nationwide is also a focus for the LICJ and the NSDMD. To facilitate this, the government has signed an enterprise license agreement with the Environmental Research Institute. That agreement has been a game changer.
It has allowed us to be more efficient, in terms of accessing the data and using it to provide more information and to engage also with the public as well.
What it does is open up a whole new world. So there are almost no limits to what we can do with GIS and improving the way we handle our spatial data as a government.
Public awareness has also been heightened with the GIS Day during Geography Awareness in November. That observation has been staged annually since 2003. In 2017, with the LICJ celebrating 25 years groundbreaking work, there will be a 2-day GIS user conference in October. The conference will focus on national security for sustainable development under the theme Geospatial Technologies, Mapping Our Way to Secure Communities. As we strive to learn more about each other and the world around us, there is no doubt that GIS is the most practical and beneficial tool in this process. As Jack Dangamond, co-founder of the Environmental Systems Research Institute, said, GIS is waking up the world to the power of geography, the science of integration, and has the framework for creating a better future. We invite you to learn more about the GIS User Conference by visiting the webpage at gisuserconferenceja.com.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness in 2019, advancing the vision of healthcare for development.
We have allocated resources to support the upgrade, to catch up with the gaps that existed in our healthcare infrastructure. And this is not a promise, it is a commitment.
Catch the review on Monday, January 13 inside Jamaica Magazine.
Firms seeking new employees and persons searching for jobs are now able to make the link with ease, thanks to the work of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security to improve labour market access through this online platform.
Since 2001, the Ministry of Labour and Social Security's Labour Market Information System, LMIS, has provided a cost-effective way for employers to source and find suitable employees, as well as for job seekers to find employment. The LMIS has 3 components: the Labour Market Intelligence, LMI, the Skills Bank, and the Electronic Labour Exchange, ELE. These three components are interwoven to equip job seekers and employers to meet the demand of the labor market. The Labor Market Intelligence Department (LMI) collects labor market information and uses this information to determine trends and factors which influence the market. The department spearheaded the National Labor Market Survey 2017, which was tabled in Parliament by Honourable Minister Shahini Robinson. The survey identified 6 key findings.
1. Less than 1% of the workers in the participating firms were foreigners. 2. 80% of firms found it difficult to fill vacancies in their organizations. 3. Most firms were optimistic about their business prospects. 4. The hotel and restaurant services had the greatest opportunity for growth in the labor market. 5. Demand will be greatest for skilled workers in production and services with 72%. And 6. 10% of the firms employed persons with disabilities.
The survey is beneficial to policymakers, curriculum developers, students, job seekers, and employers who can use the information to assess imbalances in the labor market. Labor market intelligence is also utilized to better position the LMIS to meet the needs of clients. The Electronic Labor Exchange (ELE) is the core component of the LMIS. It's a critical tool for linking job seekers with employers where the in-office services are enhanced by an online portal.
Persons can go and register on or offline. They can create their resume and post their qualifications. And we match those skill sets with jobs that are already posted by employers.
What we do is to do preparatory work in terms of getting individuals ready for the world of work. And these are done through our employability skills sessions. And these are done effectively to allow for the individual person to be ready to go into an organization and display the relevant soft skills that we want in order to have productivity.
It showed me that it doesn't matter what happened in the office or what is going to happen where you go. There's always help and strength there. You should just take the good from it and leave the bad where it is. Without the program, I would have never gotten that training.
Since its launch, the LMIS website has attracted more than 14,000 job seekers and over 1,000 employers, earning their trust and becoming a national employment portal.
We have been partnering with the Ministry of Labour to have interns coming in and joining our team for 3-month periods. What they have been able to do is to come in and to create a steady pipeline for us of talent that we have been able to infuse into the workspace and to be able to fill our entry-level roles. The experience has been a good one for us. We've been able to find talent that we can transition into the organization, and most of them are still with us and doing very well.
I am very grateful for the program. When I left high school, I was in and out of jobs. And thanks to the ELE program, I'm here at the COK Sodality. I've been to 3 departments thus far, and I must say, it has been a very good experience.
The LMIS is committed to serving Jamaica's labor force and has been building sustainable partnerships to enrich and increase access to the service.
The latest of which has been through the New Employment Opportunities Project, which the executing body is youth. And what that does is to allow for our individuals who are conducting our employability skills sessions to be trained in global standards as to how to do it. It also facilitates a development of a mobile app that would allow for individuals to be able to access our web portal.
In seeking to cement the public-private partnership, we have signed a memorandum of understanding with the Jamaica Library Service, with the Manchester Chamber of Commerce, and we intend to do that island-wide.
Through this MOU, job seekers are able to use both facilities to access the services of the ELE portal, effectively allowing the LMIS increased penetration across the island. To improve human capital and labor market outcomes for the poor, the ministry has partnered with the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, to develop and implement an on-the-job pilot for 1,500 PATH program beneficiaries.
Through the Electronic Labor Exchange, we are targeting persons from these households between the ages of 17 to 25 for job placement. Now, before we place them in jobs, we want them to be able to function effectively in the labor market. We want them to be able to retain those jobs. And it is through retaining those jobs that we will truly break the intergenerational cycle of poverty.
The LMIS is grooming and empowering Jamaicans to achieve their fullest potential by utilizing labor market information, promoting the services of the ELE, and strengthening labor market opportunities through partnerships. The Labor Market Information System, providing easier access to employment opportunities.
The world of work continues to evolve, and the Ministry of Labour has been exploring great opportunities for our youth. One of the many ways this is being done is through its National Youth Workshop.
It's good to be here today to welcome and to join with the youth, all of you, everyone here today at this Youth and National Forum to discuss and share ideas under the theme Future of Work, Realizing Productivity Growth. Today's forum is very timely as many of our youths are making preparation to transition into the changing world of work. I believe that a forum like this affords us the opportunity of identifying the challenges that are expected to arise from this new wave of technological advancement known as the Fourth Industrial Revolution. But there are also opportunities as well.
I wish to implore on you as youths that you have a significant role to play in our drive to enhance productivity. We appreciate that the talent of the future lies in you. As a government, it is our responsibility to lay the foundation which will enable you not only to achieve your goals, but also to prepare you in taking your rightful place within society. Our young people remain on the cutting edge of technology, and it is prime time to maximize and monetize these opportunities.
Welcome to the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Right now, if you go into courts, you can buy a smart fridge. Why do you need to connect your fridge to your mobile device? What is it that you need to tell your fridge to do? Lower the temperature, thaw your chicken. There are so many things that are awaiting us in this Fourth Industrial Revolution. When you think about 3D printing, right now sneakers are being printed, mass production, because nobody needs to assemble these materials. Click of a button, it's done. When you think about big data analytics, we're all connected. Right now, there are companies here in Jamaica that knows exactly where we are, what we're doing, and what our demographic is. I kid you not, I work with them. A lot of the times we are connected online, but we're just consuming. The only way to earn is to create. What will you learn to create? You can do work for individuals in Europe, in America, just by sitting at home around your computer, utilizing your skill set. And with that, I'll just leave you with a few pointers. Right now, it's less brawn, it's more brains. Always observe the patterns. That's how you'll be able to position yourself at the forefront of the industry. The industry, we're still in the early stages. It's going to get a lot more aggressive because remember the pattern, 100 years. And change is constant.
It's very
very important that when we're thinking about how we position ourselves in this new world, that we're helping to solve industrial problems, that we're not necessarily just going with the trends, but we're also helping to solve real problems that people are having on the ground.
In Jamaica, we noticed that artificial intelligence is in existence, it's taking over, it's in the banking system, manufacturing, tourism, and so forth, right? We noticed that through the increased use of technology, it is creating a number of job opportunities in a number of sectors, namely BPO sector, animation, and cybersecurity system. Some of the occupations that are in demand are coming on stream. Data scientists, automobile engineers, project officers, robotics automation developers, and to the right you have some of the skills that are needed. Robot programming, factory automation, electronics, graphic designing. In terms of animation, Jamaica is gaining a lot of traction within the animation industry because of our increased use of technology, because of our creative skills that exist here in Jamaica, right? So what is happening is that a lot of films are being sent to Jamaica to be further developed and sent back to the US. And as a result, it is creating a number of job opportunities in several areas. For example, animators, graphic and web designers. So these are good areas for persons to get into.
85% of the jobs that will exist in 2030 don't exist as yet. AI is what is changing this workforce. AI is many things. AI, even robotics falls under AI. There is some, a word like machine learning that you may have learnt about. There is problem solving, which AI focuses on. Like if you are trying to go from here to Hong Kong, do you want a route? Do you want the cheapest route in terms of dollar? Do you want a route, airline, route in terms of minimum number of stops? Or do you want a route which takes you in the shortest amount of time? So which one do you want? And how does it find you the best solution? All these are some of typical AI problems until it has been consumed by the world of data. And with this data, what has happened is that we now have machine learning coming into play. Even machine learning has existed in computer science for a long time. But what has happened is, and the tech companies are also at fault, they tend to use AI and machine learning interchangeably. So what is AI? AI is a program that can sense, reason, act, and adapt. So it is doing what, showing some kind of intelligence by acting and adapting in the environment that it exists. Then we have machine learning, which is doing similar things, but when it's making actions and when it's doing some kind of behavior, it is based on data. We have all this data. Without analytics, this big data that we are looking at is just nothing but a heap of garbage. We need to really make sense of that data. How do we make sense of that data? We make sense of that data with the machine learning algorithms, and many people call it analytics. You're doing something with the data. So we have to be mindful, as the data is increasing, the information can decrease if we don't do something with this data.
We've come to the end of our half-hour journey. Be sure to come back right here tomorrow for another edition of Jamaica Magazine. Until then, continue to watch these and other programs by logging on to our website, jis.gov.jm, or subscribing to our YouTube channel. You may also find us on all the major social media platforms and through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Theodore Henry. All good.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.